So you just had 2 rooms plumbed, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, so you'll be fine with running one motor at a time right now.
So this video is for maintaining the suction air water, basically from Air Techniques. This is the control panel, and yes, eventually we're going to have all 6 ops running, and I told Benco when they were designing the place that I'm planning on using ice lights. So in theory, I wanted enough power for 12 high speeds running, because 6 for the ice light and 6 for the high speed suction.
Right.
And then this is what they recommended.
Okay. Okay.
So Rich, how do we recommend maintaining all this?
Okay, the vacuum pump's on the bottom and the air compressor's up top. The vacuum pump essentially needs to have suction system cleaner run through the lines every day that you visit with patients.
Okay.
And it's important to use a non-foaming cleaner. Vacuum works on a cyclonic type motion, and so if you mix your cleaner up, shake it, and it foams up a lot, it's not going to be a very good cleaner.
Okay.
So then you have, I don't know, 15 or 20 choices.
Right.
We recommend ours, and I will send in a sample of ours. It's called
perfect.
Clean Stream.
Mm-hmm.
And we feel it's the best, but naturally there's a lot of products you just kind of make sure you're not using a foaming product.
Okay, good to know.
So then you do want to control everything in this room from the control panel, not the buttons on the actual units themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And for as far as the vacuum pump goes, you want to make sure you turn your water button on before you turn either your vacuum motors on. Okay?
Okay, so press this water button before you press the rest.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
that's good to know.
With having 2 treatment rooms equipped at this time, 1 motor should be adequate, and I would suggest that you alternate your motors. And whether you alternate every other day or every other week, that's whatever works best for your schedule.
Okay, so I would only press one of these buttons instead of both of them.
Correct.
Okay.
And the idea there is the lifespan of the motors would be similar. Okay.
Okay, great.
So maintenance on the vacuum pump itself, we have a solids collector here that we replace filter once a month.
Okay.
And there's your part number right there, and that can be gotten from your dealer. Otherwise, so every day run cleaner through the lines, once a month change your trap.
Okay.
The other thing as a visual when you come in to do that is just look inside this. This is an air intake. If it's grabbed some dust from the air, that can compromise airflow. This is literally just a snap on, take it to a sink, rinse it, clean it, nothing crazy there.
And that's once a month as well?
Just a visual. It may not need anything every time, that's for sure. Okay.
And is there a specific way to clean that trap?
That is all the dirty, so make sure that whatever team member is gloved, because that's everything coming through. Evacuated is going through that trap.
So does it just screw off?
It does. It just screws off.
Okay, so hand tight. It doesn't need to be
no
super
wrench,
tight.
nothing there. It's any teammate should be able to handle that pretty easily.
Great.
Okay.
So all these buttons over here do not push.
This is generally for the service team, not the dental team.
Right. Okay. That's not our area of expertise, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Now I noticed this. Is that for plumbing back here?
Yep. That's part of your drain system.
Okay, so if that starts overflowing, we call the plumber then.
do.
We don't call you.
That's correct. And yeah, that's open drains are fairly common in this county, so that looks pretty standard, if you will.
Okay.
As far as your air compressor goes, there's no oil or anything that you have to do. It's just annual maintenance, 1 time a year. You have air intake filters, and there's 2 motors, so ultimately there's 4 filters. And then this is our membrane drying system, and there's filters here on the base of that, and this filter here. And we have 1 part number that can replace all those filters. And you can either do those filters, it does have instructions, or if you subscribe to preventive maintenance from your dealer, this room would be part of their preventive maintenance.
Okay, so where are those part numbers found?
In your owner's manual, there's 1 part number, or you can get your dealer to get it for you, but it's definitely in your owner's manual.
Okay.
Not knowing where they pile, I'm guessing you probably have a pile of owner's manuals somewhere.
Yeah, they gave us a folder.
Yeah. So air compressor is don't ever do anything but once a year air intake type stuff. Okay.
Okay, so the air intake once a year.
And filters on your dryer.
Once a year.
Yeah. What this is don't be alarmed if there's some moisture in here. This is overflow from the dryer. So as we have our dog days of summer, if we have extra moisture in the air and extra moisture doesn't get dried in the dryer, the excess will run off into here. You should never get more than this to fill up, but if somebody comes in here to do that and they see water in there, it would be common, no reason for alarm.
Okay.
Okay. Last thing in this room is that's a water filter there. There's a filter cartridge inside here that once a year we recommend changing that filter cartridge as well.
Okay.
And that's essentially all this room needs is monthly on your vacuum pump, annually on your air compressor.
So it's like a spring cleaning every year.
Pretty much, pretty much. Air Techniques warranties. We do manufacture and engineer everything ourselves up in Long Island, New York. They have sort of bumper-to-bumper warranties for 2 years, and then all of our motors have 5-year warranties. So you have 2 motors on your vacuum pump and 2 motors on your air compressor. Both of those have 5-year warranties.
Okay.
Anything that seems to be out of the sort, malfunctioning in this room, your dealer gets your first telephone call.
Okay.
Okay? And that pretty much is this room here. We've got that wrapped up.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you.